So this has been going on just a few minutes, just because we have to run a certain amount of ads per hour. So, yeah, sorry that we kind of joined this a little bit late. Again, we let the players start playing just because we wanted to get them in-game and going after what has been a very long couple of series for us here. So, getting that set up and going. We'll look to see how this is going to be heading in the next few momentos. +1 melee upgrades coming through. A few Hydras, a few Lings, a Bane and Nest as well right now from True as we get set up into this. You're going to have to excuse my observing in this, by the way, because I'm going to be leading over my initial keyboard onto my other keyboard to do this. We also seem to have a little bit of sound desync at the moment, I think, so apologies for that. Actually, it's not too bad. It's like maybe half a second or so. Maybe I shouldn't have said it. Now you're going to be hearing it. Classic Wardy stream where there are more breaks than games. Joe Legion, dude, I don't know what the fuck you've been watching. We've just had like a 15-minute game. Before that, 2 minutes of break. Before that, 38-minute game. Before that, 2 minutes of break. Before that, 12-minute game. We've literally had non-stop games straight in and out of breaks today. So, dude, you can whine and bitch all you want. If you don't like the channel and the content, just fuck off. Because, dude, like, we're just literally talking shit. If you don't understand what you're watching, in which case maybe StarCraft's too difficult of a game for you anyways. Or maybe you're just trying to piss me off, in which case you're not really succeeding, because I just don't want people like you on the channel anyways, because all you do is spout shit and talk crap and spread lies and just negativity for no fucking reason. So bye-bye. Please leave. See you later. Marines in the center of the map. Going to be picking off a whole bunch of creep here. It's going to be seeing scan after scan coming down. We got some real desync on the sound, guys. I do apologize for that. I'll try and get that fixed up for later. Yeah, we're just looking on our second PC here, though. But so right now, I mean, the game's been going pretty standard up until now. 2-2s coming in from both players. True's playing into a fairly quick hive, something we didn't really see very much of at all from Guru. Guru is generally playing with a Guru is generally playing with a very kind of slick, kind of long time without hive sort of style. I guess just the way he was setting up and so on in his game sort of allowed him to do that, but obviously a little bit different, a little bit interesting as we have to the south side here. True, just sat waiting to see what's up. Some bio through the center of the map as well. True actually has a pretty good split up of units here to deal with kind of aggression on either side with those marines and drops, etc. He's a little bit out of position to protect his 5th base, and he will actually lose quite a lot of creep tumors over here as well. Hydras coming in. Oh, he's going to get the flank on the Hydras. Does he get both medevacs? He gets one of the two. He will just get one of the two medevacs, so that gets pushed away. You'll see this Banshee coming in as well. So Banshee coming in from earlier and just helping out. Another drop in towards the main base. He has stimming forwards. We're already going to see a Queen going down. A few drones are disappearing. A few 3 drones dropping in. That's not a good fight from True. Running towards this little choke point. Obviously gets the full surround now. And that goes a lot better. As we're going to be seeing the medevacs lifting up once again and continuing on through this. Again, the hatchery down on the low ground. I'm just going to be seeing the extra tanks coming out, a couple more medevacs coming out, a planetary fortress coming up on the 4th base. I mean, both these guys are happy to keep on playing into the macro game, but it gets better for True. With that Vipers coming up, he can fight against the tanks a lot more easily. And then we can see also the adrenal glands, etc. And obviously, eventually, probably an Ultras Cavern. I love the sensor tower forwards here, though, from KeeN. See where those attacks are going to be coming from so you can respond quickly, as True already sending a whole chunk of Zerglings down the right-hand side. Looking to see what he can do. Another tank sieging up on the edge of the creep right here. And just going to be seeing those Langers running on through, and Planetary Fort is just going to be taking quite a lot of damage. A few SCVs trying to repair it, but they're going to go down, so the Planetary will fall. True getting some good damage done here at the moment. To the left-hand side, I mean, another drop or so gets shut down. And in fact, still not able to do too much. As we are going to be seeing, actually just drops all over the place from KeeN as well. This is a pretty chaotic game at the moment. Still a lot of Lings over the far right-hand side here from True. And again, medevacs unloading to pick up a few more of these drones. So, a couple more drones going down here. Nothing too crazy. You're going to be seeing Marines and medevacs Continue to push on forwards. That coming up and looking to see what else is happening as we have the free upgrades coming in. Still no Ultra Cavern, right? So just free upgrades. Ling Bane Viper with Ling Bane Hydra Viper. Just interesting that we don't see the Ultras coming through as a transition, because obviously that is naturally where you expect to see Zerg players going usually here. Tanks sieging up once again, Marines joining up in the center, and we are going to be seeing the Medivacs continue to join up too. So many Zerglings just coming over to the right. Looking to try and run by once again. Last time True completely denied a base, and he's still keeping KeeN now on just the kind of 3 bases instead of 4. Lingers, do they really want to fight this many units? I mean, they got Adrenal Glands, they do pretty well, but with Medivacs here and a lot of bio, it seems as though it's not really going to be a fight that works out for him. More Marines through the south, and they're going to arrive to work their way through that hatchery. And that is going to go down. True has to cancel some Banes, don't quite connect before the lift up happens. So KeeN gets out there. Another drop in the main base, and True has to come and deal with this once again. This has to come all the way back up once more, and just going to be seeing that spawning pool actually into fire. But the Banes will save the day along with the Hydras. The Medivac might just about get out. Nope, 2 more Hydras. Just don't quite find it. Maybe if the creep spread and the lack of boost now. No, Medivac is still just about able to get away there. So Medivac just about able to get away, and well, now we wait to see what happens next. See what the next little bit of something is going to be. As we do see the third set of upgrades coming on through here from KeeN. Armory coming up with the +3 vehicle weapons as well. And we're just going to be seeing some Marines continuing through the south side. Lings and Banes coming forwards, and we're going to be seeing the, well, a couple of parasitic bombs forcing to split away on the Medivacs. And if that's all True can find with those Vipers, it's not the best, because obviously, ideally, you want to find a way to fight these tanks. With the planning clouds, True still just Lings, Banes, and Hydras here. Non-stop at the moment. More units coming through the center with the Lings, Banes, and Hydras. We'll be able to get this Banshee at the very least, so that's something. You have to be careful. I mean, KeeN is pushing through this south side. I guess the idea is that KeeN or True wants to push through the center with so much and maybe catch KeeN a little bit off guard. Definitely could work out as we're going to see those Lings coming through. The Banes don't quite find their way into that large chunk of Marines, but he'll get rid of the 4th base again. This base over here is going to go down before it becomes a planetary, so it's going to have to lift. So again, True to 9 bases, but it's costing him so much army supply. Oh, those Lings actually went elsewhere, so now the planetary is going to finish. Can he actually get rid of it still in time? I don't think so. The planetary will defend itself, and it should get repaired up here, so KeeN will keep a 4th base up. Swan Pool now does go down to this drop, and we will see it being rebuilt instantly, but now that stops True from rebuilding. He has so much money in the bank, he starts to make up some more Hydras, but KeeN realizes that this is a moment for him to fight. You know, True's just been throwing away so many units, and now he's going to be going in towards as well. You know, all of the, you know, the lack of kind of Zergling production now too. It's a great time to push a fight forwards. There's the Blinding Clouds though. Tanks getting hit quite heavily by that. So many tanks in the middle, and another Blinding Cloud does find them. True doesn't take too bad of a fight, but he just doesn't have enough left, I don't think, to deal with reinforcing bio that's coming up through the center. You know, I think from the position True was in, that was a very good fight, but again, he just lost so much a few moments ago. It's crazy. If he took that fight a minute or two ago with just more units, he would have destroyed this, and that is... I mean, obviously in that stage, maybe KeeN wasn't going to push across the map the way he did, which is obviously one way to look at this as well. GG's, and that is... Good? I don't think so. Some people are just dumb, and sometimes in this day and age people don't realize when they're dumb, so sometimes they need to be told. Alright, let's do this. What's up? Tadasip. I kind of read that wrong. Tadakip. Maybe that's how I'm going to say it. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub coming through. Some Woody Hearts in the chat, please. Appreciate the Twitch Prime. Get some Woody Hearts up in the sky, please, for Tadakip and the Twitch Prime. Welcome to the family. As I do have to the top right hand side here for game 2, our red Zerg player from Systorm Gaming. It's True, down 1 map. Looking to make this a TvZ final if he can come back, otherwise it'll be TvT if this man can win this game 2 on Blackpink right here. It is KeeN to the bottom left hand side. Please no TvT final, says Benzor in the chat, so boring. KeeN and Alive have had some pretty fun TvT series lately. It'll be, I actually wouldn't mind watching it, but I mean, I'm a Terran. I'm a little bit biased, I suppose. Mirror matchups really get people split. Some people really hate certain matchups, some other people love one of those matchups, and it really is just like everywhere. Like, it's like, I don't think I've ever seen people so split on something. It's crazy. It is crazy. So, game 2, and what is going to happen here, I guess, is now currently our question. And as you do see True coming down towards the bottom left-hand side of the map with this initial Overlord, another one just leaving the natural. And it was a pool first play, you know, 4 Lings already on the way up, the Queen has started. And the Ling speed will start very soon as well. Was this pool first? I guess maybe it wasn't actually, maybe it was Hatch Gas Pool. But it just seems that this hatchery is a bit later, but it isn't actually late enough for it to be pool first. So it's just hatchery first, it was just a little bit later. How weird. Anyways, going to see this Reaper coming up in towards the center of the map. You sounded pretty angry. Yeah, of course I did. I mean, that doesn't make me triggered, though. Doesn't mean I've been set off on a rabid outrage. Could have just ignored it if I wanted to. Just at that point in time, I didn't have much else to say, so I was like, you know what? Let's just make the point right here. Anyways, we are going to see this Reaper. Didn't have too much success just yet, and we will see a starport coming down next to the tech lab right now on this barracks for KeeN. So that's getting set up and rolling. As we do see the Ling speed coming through, that'll be finishing shortly. A couple more Hellions on the way out. KeeN already sort of just taking the front of this sort of kind of the forward position now, I guess. That's going to be sat here, kind of Hellions, the Reaper. And looking to see what indeed will be next. Cloak coming up on this starport, ready for the Banshee play behind the Viking. 4 Hellions so far. Do we see any more, or is this about it for now? As you do see, this Overlord of True is coming through in towards the center as well. A couple more Hellions, so it is potentially still an armory coming down and some Hellbat play. Maybe he switches up into mech. We've been seeing less and less mech the last few days, though. I have to see. It's kind of cool to see. It's kind of cool to see because you get a little bit bored of the mech play. I much prefer bio, is all. And he's going to escape down the left-hand side. Cloak on the way up right now from KeeN as the Banshee coming through as well. Ling's coming in and starting to hunt down that Reaper. We're going to be taking some shots, and will be a grenade just shy of those Zerglings, which doesn't quite manage to connect. More Hellions up the left-hand side. And again, the creep just spreading out through the center of the map. More creep going in all sorts of directions here, so creep going around all over the place is again just going to be the Hellions looking to see what else they can do. Just controlling the map for now, so a little bit of map control as we are going to be seeing the 1-1 melee upgrades coming in for True at the moment, and we do just have a couple of these creep tumors pushing out over to the left-hand side to see what else can be done as well. Queen injects once more. We're going to be seeing this Banshee continuing up, and there is the extra factory. So we are going to see a bit of a switch into mech. I like it when someone uses kind of the combination of mech and bio within one series. Just getting set up, just getting going. 3 factories here from KeeN, and just going to be seeing the Hellions are coming up towards the top as well. Banshee needs to be a little bit careful. Queens need to be a little bit cautious here. Coming in towards the main. Obviously no detection just yet because that Spore Crawler is not ready. So True going to take a little bit of damage. I mean, look at how far those drones have to run away. What's really scary is the drones have to run back up to the main base at some point, at which point there's still not going to be detection between the main and the natural. As the Banshee pulls away, he's going to find another drone there, so maybe those drones do get back up somewhat safely, but there's actually a lot of openings on drones at the moment, just transferring between bases, etc. This is really bad for True. I mean, he's losing so much mining time at the moment, way more than you would ever kind of imagine he should. Finally, he's going to start transferring back up to the high ground, and this Banshee is truly pushed away, but that's going to be good, as we do have the Banshee pushed away once again. Armory about to finish up, and it's double armory, so you will be able to go into 1-1 upgrades, and there they are starting on through. A couple of tanks immediately, doesn't even bother with the 4s and the medevac drops that you sort of sometimes see. As Hellions just gathering up between the natural and the third base, and that third base of KeeN now going to be dropping on down. into location. SCV's on the way up. 26 more Zerglings on the way as well. 2-2 upgrades. I mean, a Hydra Den coming down, so he's going to play the Lingbane Hydra against the mech, which can work. You just have to make sure to... well, try your best to do it correctly, of course. It's not quite the same as playing Lingbane Hydra against Bio at all, so you have to be very cautious with your transition timings and so. I guess we'll see here very soon as we set up once again. A lot of Hellions just out the front, and 2 Banshees from KeeN all the way over to the right-hand side now. Look to see what else they can do here. As he's going to be coming up this right and in towards the 4th hatchery, which is just building. Obviously, that's not really where the Banshees want to be. They'd rather be on a mineral line that has drones on it. But I guess for now, if he's not going to use any energy, it's still free damage. And you can use those Banshees in a mineral line a little bit later on as he pulls away once more. Hellions in the center with some scans will sort of push back some of the creep. Looks as though that maybe just KeeN getting ready to push into the other side of the map here shortly. 1-1's about to finish. It's kind of a hard one to judge how exactly he might want to approach this here. As we are going to see those Lings Hydras just continue to gather together on this right-hand side. 15 more drones on the way up for True right now as Spore Crawler will begin to burrow in this mineral line over on the far right as well. Hellions pulling all the way back, and we are going to be seeing those Lings going for a full surround. There's no blue flame yet, which obviously affects these Hellions quite a bit. And those Hellions are still being dove on by the Lings, and the surrounds are going to come in again for pretty much all of them, surely. And those Hellions just trying to maximize their damage before they do get picked away at here. And they will go down. Man, it's a little bit of a shame. If you could have maybe found a moment or two to morph them into Hellbats. I mean, it's not easy, but they would have shredded those Zerglings, so... Small loss from KeeN, but still kind of in a supply lead. True not spending all of his money again, maybe waiting for, well, extra structures to come up, such as the Spire, potentially. He has the Infestation Pit finished now, so he can go straight in towards the Hive. As the Hive finishes up, obviously accessing towards the Greater Spire becomes a possibility as well. Another hatchery on the bottom right-hand side, a hatchery up to the top as well from True once more. Things coming in, they will pick off that Hellion right away, so very nicely done there as creep continue to spread on forwards just out the front of the map. And 2 more creep tumors pushing in towards the middle as well. Supply depot still getting set up to go. Just walling off this entire side. Hellions coming forwards again. Blue Flame kicking into play. This means the Hellions control it so much better than they have done previously. Obviously this time there's nowhere near as many Zerglings as there was before, but it also means these Hydras alone will not really have a great time. And all those Hydras going down here, KeeN makes some nice little pickups as we're going to be seeing the Hive. We're going to be finishing in a moment a second Spire. He's not going to be able to start Greater Spire straight away though, unless he cancels this upgrade. So I'm not sure what exactly his current plan exactly is at the moment. A couple more creep tumors going down here as Banshees and Hellions going to be focusing up this left-hand side of the map. Gets another Hydralisk, and another one as well, perhaps in a moment or two. Now just coming forward, so we will be seeing that Banshee gets picked off here. So Banshee going down. Hellions pulling back once again, and a couple more Vikings of KeeN just currently on the way out. Lings and Hydras of True setting up on the top side. You're going to see these Hellions move into Hellbats with smart servos. Boom, they move into Hellbats, and oh, you know what? I actually think they should just stick here and fight those Lings. Oh my god, they're going to kill so many. Obviously, I mean, he wasn't going to be able to get out of there in the end, but that's the power of smart servos. Suddenly, you grab a couple of Queens, you kill off those Zerglings that you wouldn't get, you know, with the Hellions otherwise. Very nicely done, as we're going to be seeing tanks still setting up kind of between the bases at the moment. More tanks actually going to unsiege, and looks as though KeeN is going to be pushing out in towards the center of the map. So units pushing out in towards the middle right here, as we're going to be seeing True sat in the middle with a chunk of Hydras, Lings, and Banes. True running around to figure out just what he wants to maybe get up to now. Coming around to this top side, going to be coming on in already. That Hellion taking a little bit of damage, has to be cautious. Tanks siege up, and the Hydras have just pulled away in time. Maxed out armies here clashing against each other over the next few moments, as it is all about today's next few moments, because again, if KeeN can attack and kill before the Greater Spire, his life in general throughout the rest of this game just becomes so much easier. A few high Hellbats actually moving over to the side there. They're not going to last very long at all, as those Banes are going to roll on in. That's going to be goodbye to those. So as Hellbat's going down, as we are going to be seeing KeeN still just setting up. But how does True start to deal with this right now? It's not going to be easy for him, as I mean, the Corruptor's, I guess, getting rid of a medevac at the moment. He's setting up a big kind of flank towards the top side as well. So he's going to come in from 2 different angles and getting this set up and ready to go. Corruptors are starting to go down as well. But here we go. Perhaps those links to the left. Maybe just counterattacks, actually. Maybe just decides to go across the map instead. As we are going to be seeing these tanks and Hellbat still moving forwards too. Tanks sieging up over here, and Vikings are going to be able to get cleaned out over there. So this is actually a good little counterattack by True, doing a lot, and actually over here destroys this army. Suddenly True has a lot of momentum. In fact, there's barely anything left over for the Zerg player, for the Terran player. 1 tank and sieging, well, that's going to go down. These Lings are going to surround these Vikings as well, which might just have to lift up into the skies. A couple of 4s coming into play. It's pretty much pure Ling right now, which I guess is the one good thing for KeeN. Pure Ling shouldn't be impossible to get rid of. But maybe it is if he doesn't have any Hellions. A few more Banes coming in as well. He's currently fully surrounded 4s, etc. Those few Banes are just going to hunt for the SCVs over here, and he gets a few more. True's army supply is really not there, though. He's got 95 drones on the map. What on earth? 95 drones? Are you kidding me? That alone is absolutely insane at the moment, as we're going to be seeing those Zerglings coming down to the south side once again. CC setting up here in position, but going to be cancelled. Going to have to lift up and back away. More Hellions from KeeN going to come through this direction. Try and shut that down. True here, now back up to maxed out. Still 94 workers against 48 SCVs. Means that his army is going to be so much smaller than the Terran players if the Terran player is able to max out here soon. True just has so much income, though. That's the issue, that he can just keep on fighting in smaller fights and then remaxing again. Onions dive in towards this mineral line here and will be going for, well, some good damage before they get cleaned up by the Banes, but even forcing Banes to clean up the Hellions is really kind of nice from the Terran player, soaking up gas of the Zerg. As you will see, True is, well, you know, honestly, losing those drones didn't matter too much. He's actually rebuilding them, though. Maybe he doesn't even realize just how many workers he's on. Maybe he thinks it's around 80 to 75 to 80, but 95 is a bit crazy. Now it's 90. I mean, it definitely can still work. It's going to be seeing these Hydras coming around over in this sort of a direction here. Looking to see maybe a larger fight, or just a run by perhaps. The Terran army in the center of the map is maybe going to be coming through, and it looks as though he will pull back. Looks as though the Vikings, is he going to pull back half and half? He is going to pull back half and half, so here we go. Gonna get into a little bit of a base trading scenario right now, and that's gonna be very interesting already. As you can see, True here is pushing on through multiple tanks. The 4s and Hellbat's coming back as well, but more tanks is gonna go a huge way. He'll get this orbital first. Maybe he just backs away with these Hydras now. And he is gonna be starting to do that here. As you've been able to see in the picture-in-picture, there is this fight going on up here with the mech army, which has just been pushing through. And actually, True can't rebuild anything because he's lost so many overlords. He's supply block 160 over 160 at the moment, rebuilding a whole chunk more, but this is hurting him at the moment now. As here we go. Well, True will come into surround because he kept some units alive from the, you know, from that fight across the map. But when I say surround, well, there's actually no kind of units coming in from the top side, because True just didn't have any production in the last few moments. These Hydras are going to struggle their way through the last couple of 4s, and the tanks even getting rid of another couple of Banes towards the end. True still keeping the supply lead, though, and he still has the bank. Now that he has his, you know, now that he's got a supply blocked, he should be able, True, to keep on going here and just max all the way out against a very low kind of supply Terran player, mostly because KeeN just doesn't have that much eco to work with, and without enough economy in the game, he's obviously just not going to be able to keep on remaxing and trading like True is. I mean, True is even trading a little bit inefficiently here, but that doesn't matter when he's got over double the workers of his opponent. That income graph, and we can't bring it up because we're not on a game hard mod, but it would be a huge differential in favor of True at the moment. Bane's Hydra just coming back in towards the center once again. 42 Zerglings in production, plus 3 missile attack on this evolution chamber. Coming up the top side, we might see once again here this little bit of a kind of a run around each other, because there's so many units coming to the south from True. Also, this mech army moving up to the top. So again, set up here as we're going to be seeing the tanks begin to siege, begin to start working their way through this hatchery. True realizes that army's there. So as you can see again on the picture-in-picture, he's already pushing in towards that base to pick off some SCVs and just to shut it down. Again, the eco of KeeN is basically non-existent. As this push from KeeN is not turning around, though, he's going to keep on going forwards. He wants this right now. He wants to kind of finish this off. It's taking a little bit of a while, but he is continuing through, and he might very well just be in full-on base trade mode. Oh my god, so many banelings is going to clean up so much of this over here. Well, that is absolutely insane. Vikings leading the charge again, but KeeN realizes it's going to be GG. And True takes game number 2 to tie this up. Number 3 of this best of 3. Let's see how this goes. To the top left-hand side of the map, our Red Zerg player from Systone Gaming tying things up here 1-1. It is Systone Gaming's True. Going up against the blue Terran player to the bottom right-hand side of the map. Let's hear it, guys, if you're cheering on KeeN. KeeN will just be mostly focusing, I imagine, on this Reaper over the next few moments, but you can see as well, second gas a factory already, so not looking towards a fast free CC or anything like that. And as we do just have the Reaper about to arrive up top, and we'll be starting to poke on in and looking for a little bit of damage here. Just kiting backwards a little bit, and, well, again, just seeing what he can do. Jumping back on to produce and so on whenever needed. And really just, again, the initial stages of this game going more or less as you would expect them to for now. Command Center will be finishing in a moment or so. The factory about to finish up from KeeN. And again, just going in towards something like Hellions or so would be very much so expected. He actually made one Marine right away. I wonder if he makes a Hellion and another couple of Marines here, or if he is just going to get ready to swap right away. It looks as though he will swap pretty much immediately here. So factory about to land down on towards the reactor. And there's that starport still just coming up in the main base as well. It's going to be seeing the spawning pool is setting up from True right now over on this upper left hand side. We are going to see the Reaper from KeeN still moving around to see what else is happening. A couple of Queens pushing some of the creep spread out onto the map, and well, True very shortly will probably dive towards a third hatchery as well. As we see the tech lab coming up for the starport, and everything so far looking nice, looking solid, looking pretty much as you would expect it to for this stage in the game. By the way, just want to say thank you again to all you guys who did support on the Match Reno page today, but don't forget, it's still open. If you want to add a few dollars to the prize pool, you're more than welcome to. It does go directly to the top 2 players of this event, so it does go a long way, and it's always greatly appreciated when you guys do chip in to support the prize pool. So check that out if you are fancying it, and thank you very much for everyone who's been supporting so far. Exclamation mark Match Reno in the chat to get the link. One Reaper to the top side gets picked away at there, so Lings with speed doing their job. And shutting that down. A little bit of a shame. Sometimes the Reaper can be a nice little kind of combination, I suppose, with the Hellions. Just the grenade can sometimes blast a unit out of position to let the Hellions through or so. It can actually be pretty effective in that regard, as we see the Hellions just going to be heading on towards this third hatchery here right away, and a couple of Queens coming on through. See a lot of love in the chat right now from True. A lot of people just hoping to see a Terran versus Zerg finals here today. Let's see those Zerglings of True continuing down to the south side. And they're already going to jump onto this SCV, get a kill right there. Now this command center taking a lot of damage as well, looking as though it's probably going to be dropping in the next moment or two. CC, not even a cancel. KeeN, what's going on? That's a kill. That's 400 minerals down the drain. And with a build as tight as what KeeN is doing with the bioplay, etc., how do you suddenly afford 400 new minerals? I mean, he has to find it somewhere, but boy, you know, that's not going to help him out here at all going forwards in this. So that really hurts, as we're going to be seeing these Hellions from KeeN coming up the right-hand side of the map, pushing in towards the third base in the next few minutes, getting ready to go. Double Evolution Chamber from True at the same time at the front, as there's Banshee putting in some work. Overseers are coming in, so there will be detection there in just a few moments' time, as we are going to be seeing the double Engineering Bay from KeeN coming up behind the natural expansion now, and just getting set up and ready to go over there. Hellions continue to fight and trade, and we are going to be seeing them continue to pull away right now, and actually so much damage being done. How many workers was this? 19 workers killed by KeeN. Wow, True has taken a lot of eco damage, and that might just be... I mean, okay, going across the map and cancelling the CC, that was huge, but it might just be too much here. These Banshees, the Hellions combined, doing so much damage, and these Banshee is now going to get picked away. It is going to get shut down, but still, True taking a lot of damage. Again, cancelling the CC or even killing the CC initially helps a lot with that, but is it enough right here? Well, that's what we still have to kind of try and figure out in the next few moments. New Banshee arrives on the third base, and oh my god, this really is becoming too much damage. Like, before you can maybe sort of justify a little bit, like, well, you know, you cancelled the CC, killed it off. This is like, no, you know, this is extra damage being done right now where True is just going to fall behind. A Queen goes down. I mean, this is now 32 drones killed by KeeN just through very simple aggression in the early stages of this game. And KeeN is really on the way towards potentially making this a Terran versus Terran finals and breaking the hearts of so many over in the chat. A 15 kill Banshee, as True is doing nothing but purely droning, and that means that when 1-1 and combat shields kicks in, basically KeeN will be able to push across the map and just put himself into a great position. How are you ever going to stop this attack as True? You're so far behind on eco, you've only been building drones, so now now your eco is set back up, you're already having to deal with an attack, but you've barely been able to make any units. Really not looking pretty at all, as we're going to be seeing those extra barracks coming up in the main base here, going up to 5 racks in total. While Marines are already stimming, they don't even wait for combat shields and +1/+1. I mean, this is just going to be even more damage done once again. True is taking so much damage right now in game number 3 of this series. He's going to target down this Baneling Nest as well, and it's going to be taking a little bit more damage. He's going to get killed off, not even a cancel as well, and it looks as though KeeN is just going to be having way too much, right? Because now combat shields and 1-1 is going to accompany that stim pack on the Marines, and that's just going to be something even kind of crazier in terms of continuing to deal damage here throughout this. Well, maybe True can shut down one of those medevacs. It's low, but he does okay. I thought for a moment he wasn't quite going to get the target fire on it, but he gets it, like, maybe even just the last possible moment. Marine's going to continue to unload up to this upper right-hand side. Lings are coming in, and they're going to go for the surround on those Marines, and they are going to be able to get them. No, not quite in the end. One more Marine coming up the left-hand side. We see the Marines stemming in towards this main base also. A few drones going down. I'm just going to see the Marines. Oh, I love it. Just puts himself between the lair and the spawning pool. Something which is designed to... I don't even know why you would do this in TvZ. Because there's not often where, you know, there's nothing from a Terran player that you'd want to kind of put your Queen in that gap for, right? Maybe it's just a bit of a habitual thing from other matchups from TvZ, especially where you do want to protect the Queen from link surrounds with that positioning. But in this sort of game, in a TvZ, it just benefits the Terran player who can abuse those sort of choke point positions all of the time, as we're going to be seeing a few more drones towards the upper right, and 2-2 upgrades continue to come up here from KeeN as well. Well, they are from True as well, but kind of get the feeling that KeeN might just have a bit too much. Again, tanks in the medevacs, a move we've been seeing again lately just to get them in position nicely without being picked off along the way. As we're going to be seeing those siege tanks sieging up now and getting ready to fire on to this upper right-hand side. A few Banes, not even with Bane speed yet, because that Baneling Nest went down previously, so that stopped the Bane speed coming up when it should have done. And now, no speed Banelings, Lings. It's just surely not going to be enough to fight this here. This hatchery's taking so much damage, and here we go. KeeN beginning to split, now pulls back. We'll just let the tanks do a lot of this. Well, Lings from the south side will get a good surround, but there's just so many Marines here. Kiting away, maybe the Lings are just about going to be enough. I mean, really just about, because, oh my god, those Marines at the end don't die. Alright, comes in, he just steps back into the corner. So many medevacs, there's just so much healing on this army. Those Marines will just continue to stick around, and guess what? More Marines arriving. That's not what True wants right now. He just can't clean this up. Now we're going to see a couple more Overseers getting picked off, and that is pretty much going to see. It's pretty much going to just be GG, I guess. I mean, the full thatch top right-hand side gets taken down. I mean, again, True will try to clean this up. He'll try to fight this still, but more Marines are still just streaming across the map. Look at these reinforcements. Just never ending for KeeN. And up 50 supply. He's going to make it an all-Korean Terran versus Terran Grand Finals today. A few more Marines still just stimming on forwards. Those Lings from True coming in once again, and a few more of them getting taken down. And the Queen taking some more damage as well. Will just nearly go down. Does fall in the end. Another few Lings dying here, and we are going to be seeing more Lings to the south side. Still just being picked away at. This hatchery is also going to disappear, and we are going to be seeing the Lings towards the third base, and just still pushing forwards. This is just going to be too much. GG's. And KeeN takes game 3 of this best of 3 to go to the finals.